This is a little series of short videos about publishing, about how it was and how it is now, and hopefully how it's going to be. In this little video, I want to talk about the new areas in publishing, which is making it possible for ordinary authors, any author, to do it themselves and to reach the public, their readers directly. It's an extremely amazing and exciting time to be an author, because you no longer have the middlemen who I never liked. I couldn't bear the publishers and the agents and the distributors and all the middle people who I've always thought keep authors away from readers, because they are in the middle, like, ogres on a bridge, not letting the authors stretch over and meet the people who read their books. So about 5 years ago, I woke up in the night and I had a kind of eureka moment. I had been published by some of the biggest names in publishing all over the world, especially in the United States and in Britain. Companies like Random House, who, don't get me wrong, they're extraordinary publishing operations. They're very efficient and they hire and employ extremely fine editors and marketers and all kinds of people. And really, don't get me wrong, because I think they're incredible. But I think just as they are incredible, there are all kinds of ways of doing it yourself that doesn't really need them on board. So, about 5 years ago, I woke up in the middle of the night with a eureka moment. And I had this thought, which is, I've spent years and years writing books and being paid advances, and more often than not, the finished product isn't the book that I really wanted to write. It's been chopped about and often changed, and it's turned out to be pretty much the book I wanted to write. In some cases, not at all. But it's not the book, if I was being honest with myself, that I would be proud to have written. So I sat down and scoped out an idea for a big new book, a novel that I would do myself. And the novel was called Timbuktu. And anyone who knows my work may know about me raving about the story. It's a true story of an American sailor who was shipwrecked on the west coast of Africa in 1810. And I knew that if I went to a conventional publisher with that story, it would be hacked around, and the marketing and media people and the editors and all kinds of people would all throw in their 2 cents, and I would end up not with the book I wanted to write. So I decided to write it on spec without a deal with the publisher, to pay myself to have it edited, to pay to have it typeset and printed and marketed. And many of my author friends thought I was crazy and a lunatic, and I really didn't care, because I wanted the story to have its very, very, very best chance in the world, to be as true to the story as possible. This was about 4 years ago that the book came out, and it got very good reviews, and it became something of a sensation. And it allowed me to really champion this idea of doing it yourself. I'm going to explain in the next 3 or 4 little videos about the different avenues that you can do with publishing yourself. It's much more simple than you would expect, and I'm going to explain it step by step.